Welcome to Bucks Film Room. I'm Brian Sampson and you can find me on Twitter at Bucks Film Room. After the Bucks' disappointing Game 1 loss to the Orlando Magic in the first round, I thought we'd take a depressing peruse of the Bucks' offense in this game, which was downright abysmal. Of course, their defense had its own issues, but the offense is what I'm most concerned about. After finishing this season with a 111.9 offensive rating, good enough for 7th in the NBA, they posted a horrendous 104.8 rating in Game 1, third worst after all the Game 1s were completed. What concerns me the most is that Orlando employed the same build-a-wall strategy the Raptors used in last year's Eastern Conference, and that teams have been using all year, and still, the Bucks look clueless. To be clear, there are more issues than that, such as the Bucks' inability to handle hard hedges on ball screens, but the most common issue came against the Magic's base defense. With Orlando locking down the paint, the Bucks struggled to score around the rim once they got there, and when they kicked it out for open looks, well, the Bucks shooters didn't bring their A-game. In order to understand Milwaukee's issues, let's take a look at a sequence of plays early in the crucial fourth quarter as a microcosm of their offensive woes throughout this contest. With the Bucks trailing by 7 with around 10.5 minutes remaining in the game, Giannis is pushing the ball up the court with all 5 Magic defenders in front of him and his own guys spread across the perimeter as well. Orlando does a great job getting back and building the wall by showing Giannis 3 defenders in his face. What he ends up doing is dumping it off to Bledsoe, who subsequently travels. Instead, he should have been going into a dribble handoff or a toss back to Kyle Korver, the Bucks' most dangerous shooter. Bledsoe also has other options besides standing on the perimeter, including cutting toward the hoop to apply more pressure on Orlando's defense off the ball. There were a number of times in this game where Antetokounmpo missed the open or the correct read on offense. The Magic go ahead and get a bucket on their possession, which puts the Bucks down 9 the next time down the court when Giannis takes a pull-up 3 5 seconds into the shot clock. There are times when you want him to take the open 3 and try to pull his defender away from the rim. However, this was not one of them. The time for him to be hyper-aggressive is when he's playing at the 5 like he was on this possession. His teammates also have to help him out and get into a position where they can be a threat to score if the pass comes their way. Notice the entire Magic defense is back, but there are still 2 Bucks who don't possess any threat to score because they didn't get to their spots quick enough. The pull-up threes early in the shot clock was an issue for the entire Bucks team in this one, as they shot just 1 of 9 from downtown when the shot clock was between 22 and 18 seconds. Following Antetokounmpo's missed pull-up 3, the Bucks got a stop on defense and went into a nice 2-man game with Middleton and Giannis. Unfortunately, Giannis misses a layup he makes 99% of the time, and the Bucks come up short for the 3rd straight possession. The final sequence I want to highlight comes on their very next possession, with Milwaukee now trailing by 11. Once again, the Magic muck up the paint, forcing Giannis into a dribble handoff with Bledsoe. Instead of applying pressure on the defense and attacking off the screen, Bled takes a pull-up 3 that clangs off the back of the iron without making the Magic work too hard. From there, the game got even more out of hand and the Bucks never made a comeback. These offensive woes are frustrating to say the least, and Mike Budenholzer needs to find a way to counter the Magic's copycat build-the-wall defense. This isn't any groundbreaking defense, folks. This certainly isn't the first time they've seen this scheme, and it won't be the last if they want to advance and achieve their ultimate goal.